Gone are those days when we used to sit and create complete PowerPoint presentations from scratch. And even those days when we used to ask ChatGPT to generate the outline for our presentations, and then we used to copy paste the text manually, slide by slide, and not only that, we used to also format the entire presentation. I mean, that used to be a nightmare, but thankfully, now we can create complete presentations that are not only well researched but also well designed with a single prompt. Yes, you heard me right, and in this video, we're going to master AI presentations using the Gamma agent. So if you're a founder, a consultant, a marketer, an educator, or even a student, I would highly recommend you watch this video till the very end. Because learning this skill is not only going to save you time, but it's also going to take your presentations to the next level. The next time when you create a presentation using the Gamma agent, even your team will ask you, "Bro, how did you even create this presentation?" Alright, so I mentioned that we're going to be creating the AI presentations using the Gamma agent. So let us first understand what is the Gamma agent and why we're going to use it over any other platform. And once that is clear, we will dive into creating these presentations directly. Alright, so the first question, what is the Gamma agent? So you can think of the Gamma agent as your AI presentation assistant. Basically, it's going to work alongside you to create your presentation. You can use it to create presentations, documents, and even web pages. It works on conversational instructions and is quite ideal for rapid iterations, which means we're going to start with that one prompt. We're going to get our entire presentation, and it does not stop there. You can even refine it further through normal prompting, or you can say chatting, just like we do with ChatGPT, for example. And the next question is, why are we using the Gamma agent over any other? And well, what I'd say here is that it is beauty with brains, which means that it is a perfect combination of creative as well as logical thinking. So if you're looking for modern design which feels like 2025 and you need some good intelligence to get the correct text in there, then I would highly recommend you go with the Gamma agent. Alright, so here I am on Gamma's website, and by the looks and the feels of the website itself, we can tell that the platform is actually modern and aesthetic. If I scroll down here, we can clearly see that we can create presentations, documents, social media posts, and even websites. Alright, so I have included the link to Gamma in the description below. Click on the link, you will land on this website, and to get started, simply click on this blue button, which is going to take you through your sign-up journey. If you already have an account, then great, simply log in. So once you create an account, you will land right here, and as you can see, we have 3 buttons here to help us get started with our journey. The first one is Create New, which is using the AI features. The second is Creating a New Gamma, which is basically creating a presentation from scratch. And the third one is to import your existing work. You can literally import your existing content and work on that. You can enhance your content with AI. You can add images, you can change the layout, etc. But in this case, we're going to go with Create New using artificial intelligence. And yes, before we get started, a quick introduction about myself. So hello everybody, my name is Yashika Jain and I am an AI entrepreneur. I run my own agency called Automates AI, wherein we focus on automating businesses with AI. We try to replace manual work with AI automations. I have been in this space for a little over 2 years now, and I specialize in AI as well as automation. So if you want to keep learning about AI automation, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for AI automation solutions for your own business, then do check out the link to our website in the description below. I'm also an AI consultant, so if someone is interested, then the link to the consultation calendar is in the description below. And yes, if you want to connect with me personally, then do send me a connection request on LinkedIn and do follow me on Twitter as well. Again, the links are in the description below. And yes, a quick shout out to Gamma for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to use the link in the description to start your AI presentation journey. Now we can get right back into the video. Alright, so create with AI. How would you like to get started? Alright, so now here's the thing. If you already have the text you would want in your presentation, or even if you just have notes or bullet points or even the outline of the presentation, then you're going to go with this particular option. You're going to paste what you have, what you've already worked on, and based on that, the AI is going to take you from there. In this particular option, AI is going to play a big role in design. Using your text, it's going to understand what are the best layouts for the slides, how to format it, etc. It's even going to generate images based on your text. The next one is generate, which is for people who just have the idea of what they want, but they don't really have the text or the content or anything else, example, the notes or the outline. In that case, all they have to do is write a single line of prompt, and based on that, AI is going to generate the text content for you, and it's also going to do the design part for you. The next one is import file or URL. So let's suppose you have a document, a presentation, a web page, or a URL using which you want to create your presentation. Then you can go with this, you can specify that particular URL, for example, and based on that, you can generate your presentation, document, or even a web page. The last option is remix a template, which is more relevant and makes more sense once you're far ahead in your journey. So let's say you have created a couple of presentations, you have seen how things go, and now you want to stick to a particular design. Let's say your signature presentation design. And every time you create a presentation, all you want to do is give it the new text, and then based on that particular template, it's going to generate your new presentation so that all of your presentations look consistent and look alike. So again, you can fill in and customize your structured content templates for fast and consistent outputs. So we're going to start with generate. We're going to see how AI not only generates the design, but also the content for our presentation. Alright, so let's click here. Alright, so the first thing is, what would you like to create today? So is it a presentation, is it a web page, a document, or a social media post? You can easily decide amongst these. For now, I'm just going to go with presentation. Then you have to select the number of cards. The number of cards are nothing but the number of slides in your presentation. It is not necessary that you just stick to 10 or 15. If it is a large presentation, you can go up to 50, 60, 70, or even more depending on your needs. Alright, so for now, I am just going to go with 15. Then we have to select the page style, which is basically the ratio. So there's default, there's traditional, and there's tall. I would recommend you go with default, which is fluid. And then you can select the language for your presentation. It is not just limited to English, right? You can select whichever one you want to go with. They have a couple of options here. But for now, I'm just going to go with English. Alright, now this is the place where you describe what you would like to make, which is a simple description of the type of presentation or web page or document or social media post that you want to generate. And this is quite similar to what we do inside ChatGPT. We tell it what we're looking for, right? So the same thing here, no rocket science. You don't have to take anxiety about the type of prompt you're going to write here. Just write it in simple English and that's it. You're good to go. Now, a good thing is that they have a few example prompts here. So as you can see, they have some good options here. Let me just go with this one. And there you go. See how simple the prompt is. Seminar on the future of artificial intelligence in healthcare. That's it. They don't even have like those long prompts with those structures and bullet points, etc. So I like this particular use case. I'm just going to go with this one. We're going to see how we can generate the presentation, how we can edit it, refine it further, etc. But it doesn't stop here. I'm also going to show you some real world use cases that you can implement in your everyday professional life. But for that, you will have to watch this video till the very end. So let's go ahead and generate the outline. Alright, so we had mentioned 15 slides or 15 cards, and it has done the same here. Now, obviously, this is not the final text of your presentation, instead the outline. And if you want, you can easily change the information which is present here. For example, if you want to delete something, you can. If you want to add something, you can. For example, in the first one, I don't think I need this extra line, so I'm just going to remove that. You can even add more if needed. For example, let's add another one, and let's say conclusion. And let me remove the call to action from the 15th slide and let me move it to the 16th slide. Alright, so that's a way for you to end the presentation. You can even rearrange them if needed, but I think it's a really nice structure. I'm not going to play with that. Alright, so if you scroll down, now you have the option of customizing your Gamma. So Gamma in this case is your presentation. They call each of your presentation, document, web page, social media post as a Gamma. Now, I feel that getting these right is very important so that the presentation comes out exactly as you want it to be. So let's customize our Gamma. Now, the first thing is the text content. What is the amount of text you need per card? Now, I feel that extensive is a red flag because that is a lot of text and a lot of content in one slide and it can overwhelm the audience. So let's take this out of the option. Now we have 3 of these right here. So this is more of short sentences which is only going to talk to the point and that's it. This is more of a balance between the images and the words, and this is like multiple paragraphs on its own. So I personally always go with concise, which is like a balance between the images and the words. But again, depending on the type of presentation you want, you can easily choose between these. Then comes the visuals. So they have got a lot of themes from which you can choose. So if you click on view more, you will be easily able to see all the different types of themes they have. And if you ask me, it is very difficult to choose one, I'm telling you, because all of these are just so beautiful. So yes, scroll through it, explore your options, click on them one by one and see what resonates the most with you. Now, one thing I would like to mention here based on my experience is that when you're checking out the themes, please just don't look at the colors, also look at the font, okay? So all of these themes have their own fonts and once you choose that, you're going to have to stick to that font. For example, this one has more like a robotic font. This is much more, I can say smooth. So yeah, do have a look at the fonts as well. And then obviously you can have a look at the primary button color, the secondary button color. And the other thing is also that please don't just focus on this outside background gradient, because when you're presenting your presentation as a full screen, then this background gradient is not visible, okay? So don't pay a lot of focus on this. Instead, pay attention to the font, to the colors and the buttons. Because I remember just having a look at this one, I selected it, and then later on I was like, where's my gradient? I feel that the consultant theme is one of the most professional themes out there. I love the font, I love the way they have put the colors, etc. And that is why this is also my default theme. Now, obviously, this comes under light color. If you want to go with something dark, again, you'll have to explore. But I just prefer this because the other ones seem a little too playful sometimes. And that's why I try to avoid them and I just stick to this one. Alright, so once you have made your decision, simply click on select theme. Then scroll down and we can see image source here. So if you don't know, Gamma also adds images automatically to your presentation based on the text that is present on that particular slide. And here you can easily select if you want AI to generate the images for you based on your text, or do you want to use the stock photos available online, or you want to use some illustrations or GIFs. Again, up to you. I personally go with AI images because it stands out, it looks good, and it's hyper personalized to the text inside the slide. You can even select the model you want to go with. They have a ton of options as you can clearly see, but I feel that putting it as auto select is the best so that based on the type of image we are generating, it is able to auto select the model. Then comes the art style. So you can have something like photorealistic, illustration, abstract, 3D, line art, or even custom. Now, photorealistic can look little odd inside a presentation because it looks very real. And on the contrary, I think illustration is quite good. Then abstract is good. 3D and line art feel a little childish to me. So let's stick to illustration. Then if you have any keywords you want to add, you can clearly add it here. It's going to be to maintain consistency in your image style. So for example, you can add corporate, you can add sleek, and a ton of more. So I'm just going to go with corporate. Then let's go with advanced mode. And if you click on advanced mode, it's going to give you even more options. So this one we have already played with. Now what's new is you can select who this presentation is being written for. So is it for your team? Is it for your college? Is it for, normal creative purposes? So again, you can select that. So let me select business. Then you can set the tone for your presentation. So let me go with professional. This we have already selected. Here we have the outline, slide by slide. Again, we have already looked into it. And here you can add any additional instructions if you want to. And that's it. I mean, it's not necessary that you go into the advanced mode each time, but I think it's good because you can mention these two things which make a big difference. So once everything is done, we can finally click on generate and let's see what it generates. Alright, so the work has started. Don't close this tab while generation is in progress, alright? I mean, I really like it when it does, this typing thing. It's just like oddly satisfying for me. Alright, so it's done. Your Gamma has finished generating. So let's have a look. I'm just going to present it full screen in front of you. Alright, the future of artificial intelligence in healthcare. Let's have a look at the image as well. Okay, beautiful. The healthcare crisis AI must solve. 4.5 billion people without care, 11 million worker shortage, and the critical deadline is 2030. And by the way, all of these numbers, statistics that you're going to see throughout the presentation, everything has been researched by the AI model, okay? It has just not made up the numbers. It's all real. All right, AI's promise, bridging the healthcare gap. So AI could accelerate progress towards the UN's Sustainable Development Goal of universal health coverage by 2030. And if you have a look, the images again look very consistent, right, throughout the presentation. All right, I like this image. Breakthrough AI technologies. AI outperforms humans in diagnostics. All right, just have a look at these icons. For stroke, it has the brain. For a fracture, it has the bone. I mean, yeah, it pays attention to the smallest details. And I'm not sure if you've noticed, but when I open a new slide, just have a look at the animation as well. See? It just like comes in. All right, looks good. All right, okay. By 2025, AI-powered self-service tools are transforming patient engagement and improving healthcare access. 86% health professionals are going to use AI to uncover health patterns. That's nice. Okay, I like the layouts. Yeah, I like this. All right, so the time to act is now. Alright, so quick feedback. The images were great. They were consistent throughout, which is great. The numbers were amazing. It was all researched, backed by numbers. Again, very nice. I might change a few things here because I don't think it's going to visually attract the audience a lot. This part is my favorite, so that's nice. I might change the way this copy has been written. I like this. This looks good. Maybe a few changes here and there. So I personally believe that the magic happens when AI does the job and humans refine it further. I mean, yes, the AI has generated a great presentation, 8.5 out of 10, but to make it a 10 on 10, I'll make a few changes to it and then we should be good to go. And well, the good thing is that I don't have to personally make the change. I don't have to sit and, change this. It's the Gamma agent that is going to make the changes for us. So all we have to do is we have to give it some feedback that, maybe I don't like it this way, and then it's going to take it from there and it's going to make it exactly how you like it, which is like the good thing about this. Whereas in the other platforms, once you generate, that's it. Now, if you want to make any change, do it yourself. But in this one, you can easily use the help of the agent and take it to the next level. Alright, so let's go slide by slide. Now, let's say that I want to make some change here. So I'm just going to highlight the text and I'm going to click on Edit with AI, and either I can type in what I want or I can simply click on Condense Text, and that goes to the agent and it starts doing the job. Alright, so card edited. Literally took seconds and it took it from this to this. Much condensed, looks good. So we're good here. Alright, so let's look here. I mean, the layout is good, but I think the colors are missing a little bit. Now, it's not necessary that you ask AI to do it all the time for you. If it's like a small change, you can do it yourself, then just do it. So let's select chapter 1 and let's make the color as blue. I think I'll also take the colon. So make it blue. All right, so a little bit of color there. And maybe let's just take something here. Let's make it bold. All right. Looks much better. Let's go on. Now in this slide, I don't like the way this has been put together. So there are two options by which you can access the agent. Either you can just, select the text and click on Edit with AI, or you can open the agent using this button. I personally prefer selecting the text so then I don't have to put it in the chat. And then here, let me see, make the text easy to understand. Also have bullets if possible. Simple? And let's say. All right, so let's see. So this was the original and this is what we got. And I think this is much more understandable. We have bullet points as well. So, okay, kudos. All right, let's see here. You know what? I really like this image. Beautiful. Okay, we are not going to change anything here. Looks amazing. This also looks good. Now coming to this particular page. So if I present it as a full screen, I feel that it's a little, cluttered. I don't like the layout that much. So what I can do is, firstly, let me escape from the full screen. All right. So now what I can do is I can simply click on edit with AI. So I'm not going to select any text in particular. Instead, I'm going to select the entire slide. I'm going to click on edit with AI and I'm going to simply click on try new layout. And that is going to reimagine the same text but in a different layout. And it's going to give me a couple of options to choose from as well. All right, so it has given me all the options. Let's go one by one. So this was the original, as you can see. Then we have this one, which has these. All right. Then we have this one, which also has an image right here. Okay. Then we have this, which has an image on the top. Then we've got this. And finally, we have this one, which has an image on the side. I will just go with this one. All right. So same thing, but in a different layout. Again, if I click on edit this card, you can see that you have a lot of options. You can improve the writing, you can make it longer, make it shorter, simplify language, be more specific, add image, translate. And if you don't find what you're looking for, you can simply type it out and you can change the entire slide in one go. All right, moving on. This looks good. This is great as well. I mean, not everything needs a change. It's just a few things here and there, and that's it. Okay, this looks good. Let's add some colors here. So let's make this blue. And let's make this blue as well. All right. Just have a look. The doctor has his hand on this guy's head. Great. Okay, this is highlighted. Let's get rid of this. Okay, in this one, let's make these colored if possible. So I'll just select this and color and blue. Yeah. And there we go. So that it's much more visible. All right. This looks good. Again, here as well, you can add color if you want. Okay, great. And that's it. I really like this part actually. Let me make it bold. Italics? No. All right. So that's done. So you can either change the entire slide by clicking on edit with AI, or you can change a particular part of the slide and you can firstly select it and then click on edit with AI, or you can open the agent like this, or you can even click on the drop down and give your changes. So let me clear it up here. You can even give it commands and it will change it across all the slides. Alright, so we have generated the presentation using a single prompt and we have even refined it further using the Gamma agent. And I feel that the presentation is now in a very good state. Now, this is something that everyone can do, but I want to share some productivity features with you that not everyone is aware of, and they actually come in really handy. So this presentation is about the future of artificial intelligence in healthcare, and I feel it is extremely important for us to give reference links to the articles from where this information has been retrieved. For example, here we are saying that 4.5 billion people are there without care. We are proposing a very big number at this point, but we have not given any article references or any links from where we have got this information. So now let's see how using the Gamma agent we can add reference links or reference articles to our presentation. So let me head over to the agent. And you know what? It has already given me that particular option, that add evidence from the web with citations. So I'm just going to go with that. In case you're not seeing it, you can just manually type in add evidence from the web with citations. And as you can see, now it is searching the web. It is grabbing the data. Alright, so it has given me three options. The first option is to add a slide for evidence and data, maybe at the end of the presentation or somewhere in the middle, where we are gonna, mention where we are getting all of these statistics from. The second option is to just enhance the existing cards or slides with the specific citations. And the third is to create supporting research spotlight cards. So let's just go with option 2, which is just adding it to the existing cards. Alright, so now it is editing the slides. Let's see. Alright, so it added it here. It added it all the way here as well. Alright, so Morgan Stanley Healthcare AI Report 2024. Alright, we have added it here. Alright, so let's see what it has done. So even with these advantages, alright, so here this is rapidly changing. 94% of healthcare providers now use AI in some capacity as of 2024. And then it has mentioned the report, which is nice. Again, here as well, it is telling you from where it is getting all of this data. Here as well, it has mentioned the names, the years. Great. So yeah, we have citations. Alright, so that was how you can add citations without yourself having to go with all the reports and taking the headache. The next productivity feature is fact checking. So since we're mentioning a lot of facts in our presentations, it is always good to just fact check, because I don't want someone in the middle of the presentation to just get up and correct me. So let's go to the agent. Let me clear it. Let's just start fresh. And let me ask it, please fact check the content across all the cards. Alright, so now it is searching the web, and now it's going to fact check all of these numbers so that we're not claiming any false numbers. Now this feature again comes handy when you're starting the presentation with your own text. For example, remember there was an option of paste in text to create the presentation, remember? So let's say you've got the text from somewhere and you're putting it here. So it's good to again, fact check before presenting it. Alright, so now it's telling me that these are verified. Some of them were inaccurate. So in card 6, card 4, and it has fixed them. So this was the reality and this was the fix. So fixed. So see how easy it was and how important it was to fact check. Alright, now let's move to the third productivity feature. So the third productivity feature is adding opposing views. So let's say you're pitching your data and you want to make sure that your presentation covers all the views that are possible and also covers the opposing views. So in that case, all you have to do is go to the agent and just tell it to handle opposing views. Alright, so it is doing some job here. So we're not just thinking from our point of view that, we're pitching this idea. We're also thinking from the other person's point of view that what could be, their thoughts. And we're trying to answer that in our presentation, which is a very, very good etiquette. Alright, so we have another slide added in between. So as you can see, navigating skepticism and ethical debates. So professional skepticism, job displacement fears, patient trust and empathy, accountability and ethics. So every time we talk about AI in healthcare, obviously the first thing that comes is, will people trust it? Will patients trust it? So it is answering that here. Then the other thing is job displacements. That's always the fear. So again, it is handling those opposing views. So we have generated the presentation from a single prompt. We have refined it further. We have taken it to the next level by adding these amazing productivity features as well. What is next? So now you want to take it to the real world. Maybe you want to add some team members to it. So all you have to do is head over to share here. And if you want to add people so that they can collaborate with you, then you can just simply add their emails here. And then even they will have access to your presentation. They can make changes, or, you can define their access. It can be, view only, comment only, edit only, or you can even give them the full access. Then if you come to the share button here, you can even share the link to your presentation. So again, it's up to you if you just want them to view it or even edit it. Now, this is very similar to how we do it in Google Drive. So again, great feature. Next up, you can make it discoverable on the web. I mean, people can actually search and view your presentations by simply searching. I like to keep it off personally, but again, personal choice. If you want, you can turn it on. And this is again great, which is require a password to view. You can easily password protect your presentation. Not only your presentation, if you're generating a document, for example, a web page, social media post, you can password protect it. Next up, let's talk about export. So if you want to export it, you can easily export it to a PDF. You can also export it to PowerPoint and to Google Slides, which I think is great. You can also export it as PNGs. You can even post it directly to LinkedIn by simply clicking here. And when you do export it into PowerPoint, just make sure to install these fonts on your computer so that, they work. And it's not necessary that you export all the slides. You can even select a custom range for your export. Remember, this is going to be a static copy. So just in case you have some GIFs or videos in there, just remember that it's going to be converted into a static copy anyways. Next up, there is embed, which is if you want to embed it on your website. The other cool feature here is publish to site. So let's say that you created a portfolio using Gamma, the same way I have taught you. And now you want to share your portfolio with your clients. In that case, all you have to do is publish to site. Simply click on convert and then publish. And that's it. Your Gamma has now been published. So now if you share this link with anyone, they will be able to see your portfolio or your presentation or your document easily in a very, very clean manner, as you can see. And with all of those animations, etc. I used to do it in my early days. My portfolio was on Gamma and I used to share that link with my clients. They were very impressed every time as compared to, sharing a PDF with my client. Because, when you're a stranger and you send them an email, they are a little hesitant to download an attachment. And at that point, if you share a link, I think that's way better. Now, you can obviously connect to your own domain, but that needs some DNS settings. So again, up to you. By the way, if you want to edit the theme, you can. Let's say you have created the entire presentation and now you're like, maybe I want it to be dark. So again, you can change that. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, so let's see, Pearl. See, it just changed the entire vibe of the presentation. That's why I say that themes are very important. But I just personally like sticking to consultant for some reason. And now every time you make a change on your presentation, make sure to publish it so that it is also published on your URL or your site, basically, if you're publishing it to the web. Alright, so far I have taught you how you can use the Gamma agent using this example of AI in healthcare. But now I want to share some actual real world use cases that you can use in your professional life. And I'm pretty sure when I'm sharing these, you will even get more ideas as to how you can, save time on your everyday tasks using Gamma itself. You don't even know, but Gamma can actually help you in a lot of tasks you're already doing. And you will see that just in a moment. Alright, so the first real-world use case that we are going to cover is converting meeting notes into a client proposal. So every meeting needs an output, right? Maybe a proposal you have to send them or something else. And nowadays, everyone has their AI note takers inside the meetings that records the entire meeting for you and gets you the transcript of the meeting. Now, let's suppose you have to send them a proposal, and now we're going to use the Gamma agent to convert our meeting notes into an actual proposal that can be sent through. Now, obviously, this is not a real transcript because I can't share that, but this is how the conversations usually go. So it's quite long. They've talked about the problem, the deliverables, the fee structure, etc. So now it's up to you if you want to copy paste this into the Gamma agent or if you want to download it and then pass it on to the Gamma agent. So I'm just going to download it as a PDF for the time being. Now again, I'm going to show you how you can create a client proposal from this, but you can obviously refine it based on your procedures. Now let's head back to Gamma and let's click on create new using AI. Then I'm going to click on import file and let me simply upload my file, which is a PDF. By the way, you can upload PowerPoints, you can upload Word docs, PDFs, slides, docs, and even URLs. Alright, so that is uploading. Next up, it's asking what would you like to create. Now, obviously, since it's a proposal, I'm going to create a document. Now, it's up to you if you want to create a presentation. Again, depends. And I'm also going to select a document because we haven't covered it so far. So let me click on document and let's click on continue. Alright, so as you can see, we have all the text from our document in here. After that, we can just select the text content. I'm going to select generate because, based on this, I want to generate the text. And the amount of text can be like detailed because it's a proposal. For this one, it has already come up with the answer. Let's read it. Marketing team and founders of a small D2C brand seeking paid ads performance fixes, which is correct. Tone is also correct. The theme is consultant. All of this looks good. Alright, now under additional instructions, let me ask it to transform this into a client-ready proposal that I can send over. All the details are there in the transcript, or I can say in the text. It just needs to be converted into proposal type language and format. Simple instructions, nothing stressy, and then you can select the number of pages in your proposal. I'm going to stick to 6 and let's click on generate. Alright, so the work has started. Alright, so it has completed. Let's have a look at what it generated. Alright, so paid ads performance optimization proposal. I really like the image that is there on the background. Very nice. Alright, then some description. Current state analysis. Awesome. This is always very, very much needed in a proposal, and I really, really like that it has included it as the very first page of the proposal itself. So now it's telling that, you have done this, you're facing these issues, etc., which was exactly what was mentioned in the transcript. Then it is giving our 3-phase approach. Again, hypothetical, but I really like it. So phase 1, the timeline, what they're going to do, phase 2, phase 3, alright, then creative and messaging framework. I really, really like this image. I mean, since it's a creative agency, if it's an ad agency, they should have these creative proposals as compared to those plain documents. Alright, and you know what? I have chosen the consultant theme, which is like very minimal. If you want, you can also go with like a theme like this, maybe. I don't know. This makes it look even better, I think, Yeah. I mean, yeah. Depends again on the brand and their brand colors. This is like more pinkish and purplish. So yeah. Then we have the investment and service options. So again, you can change the pricing if needed. I think it just made up the price at this point. You can change the content if needed again. And the timeline, next steps. Amazing. Now, we have already seen how we can use the Gamma agent to refine it further, so I'm not going to cover it again because it's just going to increase the duration of the video. It's the same thing. You either select the text and go to edit, or you change the entire slide by going here, or maybe work on the entire presentation through here. See, we all generate these types of proposals, these type of documents all the time, but it never crosses our mind that, we can even use a tool like Gamma to generate these, because on the back of our head, we always think of it as a presentation tool and not, a document generator or a web page designer, etc. But I really wanted to take this out as one of the use cases because I personally feel this really needs more attention because it is just so good at generating these documents. One would have to spend so much time to get the same thing in these other text editors like Word and all, but here it's like just in minutes you get it. Now, as I said, we're not going to make a lot of changes to it. It's the same process, but yes, let's see how we can export it. So let's go to Share, Export, Export to PDF. And that's it. It has been exported as a PDF. There you go. You can share it directly with your client in an email. Alright, now let's move to the second real-world use case. So in this use case, we're going to see how we can convert a blog post into a presentation. So let's say you saw an article online and now you want that as a presentation to present to your team, or it could even be a case that you're an educator. Maybe you saw some report online, some article online, and now you want to show it to your students. So this is a really good way of presenting it as compared to presenting the blog post directly. So all we're going to do is we're going to copy the link to this particular blog post. We're going to head over to Gamma. We will click on Create New. And again, import file or URL, and this time we're going to enter the URL, which is going to be the blog post URL, and simply click on import. Then you can choose what you want to create out of it. It can be a presentation, web page, document, or social media post. In this case, let's go with a presentation. Alright, now it has scraped the content of the blog post again, a lot of content in here, and now we have to do our usual settings that we have been doing so far. So let's do condense here because we want to shorten the content. It's like quite a lot. And then let's select concise for this one. For the theme, let's just go with consultant. All of this looks good. For additional instructions, maybe let's say that convert it into a teaching style presentation. All right, 10 cards and let's generate. All right, so there we go. The work has started. All right, so this is done. Let's quickly present it. So ChatGPT app integrations, amazing image. I just love the images it generates. All right, so how to connect your apps, what all apps you can connect, stuff like that. All right, coming soon, availability, key takeaways. Awesome. So within minutes, you were able to take something like this into this. Looks way more presentable and makes you look intelligent. So that's how you convert a URL into a presentation. Now again, we have already seen how you can use the Gamma agent to make any changes. So do use that knowledge to refine it further. And one more thing, if you ever want to add a slide in between, just simply click on add card with AI, simply tell it what you're looking for, and then you will be able to generate another slide in the middle if needed. Alright, now let's talk about the last use case, which is going to be generating business reports and frameworks with Gamma. So I know that all the companies out there have a lot of unstructured documents with a lot of text and a lot of content, and there needs to be a way to convert those into presentations or documents which are way more well structured so that one can derive insights from it. In that case, I would highly recommend you drop it in here and get it to generate your final report. Gamma is really good at adding bar graphs and pie charts, etc. to your presentations, documents, etc. And that can even add a data analysis point of view to your presentation. So let's say in your document, you had some numbers here and there. And what Gamma can do is it can actually do some data analysis and get you those pie charts and bar graphs. So again, surely you should look into it. So I'm going to leave this one to you, but yes, I have already created a video before in which I'm showing you how you can create or basically convert your spreadsheet files into presentations using Gamma. And that through automation. I will link it somewhere above here because as you can see here, there is no option for adding an Excel file. So again, that can be really helpful for you. It's an amazing real world use case, I'm telling you. So that is it for the video. I really hope you were able to get some real insights from this video and now you have become a master at generating AI presentations. Not just from text but also from documents, URLs, etc. I really hope the productivity features added to the value. If so, do let me know in the comments below and do like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and do use the link in the description below to get started with your journey. If there is anything else you want me to cover in the future videos, do let me know. Don't forget to check out the link to my website in the description below and do follow me on LinkedIn as well as X. Alright, so I will meet you in the next video. Till then, bye!